Does saxophone lacquer actually make a difference to the sound? This argument has been raging for years, so we did a blindfold test for 50 advanced players on 3 identical saxophones with different finishes. Do they all sound the same? Or are there differences in tone? In this video, we try to put the myth to rest once and for all. Spoiler alert, we did not expect the results we got at all. There's really only one event in the world where you can get more than 50 high-level saxophone players in the same room for something like this, and that is the NASA conference. No, not that NASA, although there have been astronaut saxophonists. I'm talking about the North American Saxophone Alliance Biennial Conference, which we attended last month. It's a gathering of the biggest saxophone nerds from all over the world for a weekend of performances, gear testing, presentations, and camaraderie around what we all agree is the coolest instrument ever. We wanted to show off the new Better Sax Session Altos in a fun way, so we set up this Lacquer myth-busting event and presented it to a standing room-only crowd of accomplished saxophonists. Our friends Zach Sheeman and Robert Brooks volunteered to play the horns for us while blindfolded and hidden from the listeners. The audience had a survey of questions to fill out anonymously, and we collected the data, which I'll share with you in a little bit. Each of these saxophones is made out of the same brass and has a different finished coating, but it's not just the color that changes. There's a different process to get each look, and that's the variable that may or may not cause a variation in tone. I'll tell you more about those processes later. For now, let's jump right into the experiment. First, we asked the participants 3 basic questions. 37 were classical saxophonists, while 15 identified as jazz players. There was one person who did not play the saxophone, and I don't know who let them in. Almost everyone there had been playing the saxophone for several years, and many of them for more than a decade. This was super interesting. At this point, most people are in the maybe or no camp, with only 43% saying yes confidently. Let's start our double-blind test and see if anyone changes their mind. Listen to Zach Sheeman play the same selections on each of the 3 mystery finishes of the Session Alto. Zach's playing is extremely consistent in all of these examples, and he gave us material in 3 different dynamic ranges. Let's hear the next part. And now the last part with heavy articulation and a fortissimo dynamic. We have some jazz examples coming up, but after listening to Zach play, we asked the participants to answer some more questions. Go ahead and tell us in the comments which one you thought was brighter. Here's what our group thought. B was a clear winner here, but the results were still pretty mixed. Go ahead and add to your comment below which of the three finishes sounded darkest to you. This time, it's a more even split between all three finishes and those who heard no noticeable difference. In the room, nobody has seen any of these results yet. I'm going to reveal to you which horn was which in a minute, but not before we hear our jazz playtest, which got some very convincing results. Listen carefully. What do you think? Listen one more time, and then we'll answer some questions. Once again, the same questions. Add your answer in the comments. Here's the results from our survey. Almost half chose finish B here. Go ahead and share your answer in the comments. Here's what our group said. This time, more than 60% agreed that finish A was the darkest sounding. So the jazz playtest seemed to make it easier to hear a difference. We asked everyone to tell us which finish they thought was which before we revealed the answers. I want to know what you think before I tell you. Let us know in the comments which order you think we played these three finishes in. If you had to guess, which finish do you think sounds the brightest and which sounds the darkest? Here's how the participants guessed. More people associated the darkest sound with the copper bronze finish and the brightest with the Bonvillain black. What's interesting is that the reality was the exact opposite. Here's the order for both tests. Finish A was black, finish B was copper bronze, and finish C was matte gold. It seems to me that there was some pre-existing bias that a black saxophone would be brighter and a bronze-colored saxophone would be darker. These saxophones are extremely precise and consistent. I know because I've played through dozens of them at a time in testing sessions at the factory. The only difference between these instruments is the processes we use to get these beautiful finishes. Our Bonvillain black matte finish has 3 layers. First, the horn is plated with black nickel, then there is a layer of traditional spray black lacquer applied, and finally there is a clear matte lacquer on top. The matte gold has 2 layers. First, a dark gold spray lacquer, and then a clear matte lacquer on top of that. The copper bronze finish uses a completely different technique. Instead of the traditional spray lacquer that is used on almost all saxophones, these instruments are lacquered with a method called electrophoretic coating. This is essentially similar to the way we would apply silver or gold plating to an instrument. The parts are placed in a bath, and then electricity is used to bond a layer of lacquer onto it. This process results in a very thin, even, and durable coating. We then apply a standard clear lacquer on top of that. Once we know all of this, it does make sense, to me at least, that the copper bronze finish, which has the thinnest coating, would result in the brightest sound, while the black matte, which has 3 layers, would be darker. Keep in mind that typically saxophones have multiple layers of spray lacquer on them. We have had a number of artists test all 3 finishes of the Session Alto. However, this was the first time with a classical player on a classical mouthpiece and reed setup. The differences were much more pronounced in the jazz playing examples. Perhaps this means that the classical saxophone sound is less influenced by the instrument itself than the jazz sound is. Maybe the purity and consistency of Zach's tone mask or overcome any subtle differences the finish might provide. Both Zach and Robert said They noticed a difference between the horns and agreed on which one played darker or brighter. And we are consistently told that the black is darker, the copper bronze is brighter, and the matte gold is between the two. This is supported by the survey results, although it's also clear that the player notices the difference more than the audience does. Now, the preferred sound varies according to the individual. Some people like the sound to be more on the bright side, while others prefer a darker sound or something in between. Based on sound alone, which one would you choose? Before giving the results, we asked the group to tell us which horn they preferred based on the sound alone. The copper bronze finish, which is usually considered the brightest, was the clear winner here. This doesn't surprise me either, since I have found that people consistently prefer the brighter choice in many of my online playtests. But what about the difference between a lacquered horn and one with no lacquer at all? Why do we put that paint on there anyway? Go watch this video next, where I explain why lacquer is so important. It's probably not what you think.